tournaments like Valorant, games like Valorant, Super Smash Bros., Hearthstone, and other games. They're all in one, and they help supercharge events of all levels, from your community gaming grassroots tournaments to the tier 1 events that you see. You make sure you go to communitygaming.io or join their Discord to learn more. And then Polydoge is a digital currency with one of the most vibrant communities on the powerful Polygon network. It offers a wide variety of fun interactions to its holders in the form of NFTs, apps, airdrops, and access to different DeFi platforms ready to use on Polygon. So experience it yourself at PL.Esports.tour. And keep in mind that the $10,000 prize pool for this tournament has the potential to grow if the league sponsors, Polydoge and Community Gaming, get more activity from the sponsor links, such as account creation and link clicks. So it takes less than a minute to do both things. Make sure you check out the banners at the bottom of the channel, or type !ad in the chat to learn more about both of our sponsors and see what they have to offer you. So back to the game. We already see teams are rolling out to their respective sides of the map. We're going to have a defensive tri-lane between Accursed, Andromeda, and Malakin, facing off against the aggressive Valkyrie, Moira, Magnus. So definitely a feisty tri-lane coming out here on the Hellborn side with the triple stun. But I love this defensive tri-lane hero, Accursed, that can just do a lot of work to offer up a free stun cancel in the form of the fire shield. But Andromeda, taking a lot of heat, gets connected by the arrow, and the fire shield is on cooldown, and that is going to be a dead Andromeda. So a quick Bloodlust kill coming out before the first creep wave even falls.
Malakin got one last hit in and his support is dead. Like,
yes, exactly. So a big...
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. Keep going.
Oh, I was just saying, just a big advantage, already in favor of Team Tim here in the bottom lane. So, and who was it that got the Bloodlust? Of course, it was Embaboy, the premier farmer for his team, opts to pull out an early Iron Shield with 300 gold saved up. But before, hopefully we can cover just the other lane matchups before the next kill transpires in the bottom lane. We've got a Salforus versus Kraken in the mid lane, and Kraken doing a really good job of, or rather, Salforus getting really aggressive on Kraken, zoning him with that Dark Lord's Presence aura, pressuring him away from the creep wave.
I was curious about the Salforus pick. I don't remember seeing this team pick that hero before, so I think also Busk was like, what, Salforus? Because they have not seen that. I'm pretty sure. And then also this top lane was interesting, because this is the lane we saw yesterday in Team Tim versus Doghouse, where it was Asaf Insane going Tundra versus Lodestone. Okay,
so a repeat of some hero matchups. How did it end up last time you saw this matchup? Any clear advantage, clear victor?
The first thing I called out when I saw it was like, okay, Zane plays both these heroes, he should know them pretty well, but then again, so does Asaf. And I think Asaf came out on top in that lane.
And we have action in the bottom lane. Yeah, Andromeda's getting surrounded after taking a stun combo and not able to get into the trees for long enough, and Magnus very low, but in the steam bath, able to get cover, and the double stun connects on Accursed and Malakin. So it is a triple kill in favor of Team Tim here in the bottom lane. Disaster striking. Busk no GG in their safe tri-lane, just not able to survive against this powerful triple stun. What do they need to do to get out of this situation? And we have action in the top lane. Okay. Tundra and Lodestone just poking each other. Yeah. But yeah, this bottom lane looking very, very bad for Busk no GG at the moment. How do they get out of this situation? We have rotates, so we just suffer it for another couple of minutes until we hit level 6 on Kraken and Tundra, then make a rotation?
Yeah, I feel like Legion is the one that's playing on the defense, right? Because Malakin can jump away with a sword throw, and Accursed can remove stuns, so they just have to sit back, I feel like, and try to keep the Malakin somehow in. Because if they get gone on the wrong target, they die. So, so it's a struggle.
They're already thinking about going again. Shards of Harkon connect onto Malikan. The Fire Shield comes out, cancels the stun. All stuns are used except the arrow. It's going to connect onto a Curse. He takes it from Malikan. Malikan pumping in auto attacks onto Moira, and Moira going to get sandwiched between Malikan and the tower and actually gets that return kill. And Magnus over here, surrounded by a couple of heroes, uses the Lava Surge to escape very, very nicely. So it's only the Moira who falls in the end, but, you know, coming back from that 4-0 deficit, cleaning up a kill on Moira, very, very impressive stuff over on the side of Busk No GG. So definitely illustrating to us and the other team that they are not out of it here in the bottom lane. So very
the
nice.
Lodestone just zoned out the Tundra completely. Tundra is back in the base, rejoining, while Lodestone is just freely killing creeps. He's sitting on the Lodestone 22-8 compared to Tundra on his 14-1. So this game, it's Lodestone coming out ahead. Mid.
It certainly is, and South Forest with a little bit of a dive onto Kraken. Does not use the Undying, but he has it in his arsenal before Kraken has the Whirlpool available to him. So the level 6 advantage, pretty heavy on South Forest. I mean, South Forest having a really good time here, 32-4 versus Kraken, who's actually pretty even, but we actually see a smoked Magnus making his way for the flank here on Kraken in the mid lane, who takes a more Certissima, gets a little bit low, and he has to watch out. This stun from Magnus is imminent. He does not know he's there yet, and it is coming out. The Undying is used. The Spore Certissima comes out. Kraken tries to pump on the damage, and South Forest is trapped next to the tower, but just not enough damage from the tower able to come out before he's able to outrange it. Lodestone playing very, very aggressively here in the top lane, diving the top tier 1 tower.
He's bullying this poor Tundra.
Yeah, and when you look at the creep scores here, it's a pretty clear advantage in favor of Lodestone. The 18-1 versus the 27-11 Lodestone. So
and those
Lodestone
11
just having,
denies. 11 denies. That's almost 2 creep waves. Or is it 2 creep waves? I can't count. It's a
more.
lot.
It's almost 3. Yeah,
it's
four creeps per wave, and here comes Magnus, who just ganked that middle lane, setting up on Tundra now in the top lane. So Tundra really needs to be careful. South Forest is near, but just getting a couple of stacks off as he picks up the top rune. And Tundra is, I believe Tundra saw Magnus there, waiting for him in the river, but still playing very aggressively positioned. And Magnus is probably going to connect this stun. And here comes the Shatterstorm. The Rocket Drill is going to miss, but unfortunately Tundra not able to range the Shatterstorm radius and will end up falling. In the meantime, we have a kill onto Moira over here next to the Hellborn Ancients, surrounded by Kraken and Accursed. Kill credit going to Accursed.
It chased him so far, and then Moira tried to go for a Kongor kill me please, but he didn't get it off, unfortunately. Accursed killed him with his Q.
Yeah, with the what is that? Cauterize.
Cauterized.
One of my favorite abilities in the game. You know, very, very basic abilities, nothing too flashy about it, but it just super effective. It's a strong early game heal with such a short cooldown. So I love. Accursed is one of my favorite heroes to see in the game, so it's a big thank you to what you got for deciding to draft him, as the Lava Surge, Q from South Forest, and Undying come out onto Kraken. The Fire Shield comes out onto Kraken to extend his life a little bit, but will that Undying finish him off eventually? Very, very close. He almost lived, it seemed like, but just not enough HP to live through that Undying. Unhealable state, but Malikan and Andromeda are getting dove here in the bottom lane. Valkyrie has the double damage activated, but it is Moira who's going to fall first, but Andromeda will end up going down to Valkyrie. In the meantime, Accursed falls to South Forest in the mid lane. Undoubtedly, Valkyrie died as well. I took my attention away for just 1 second, so it's a nice little return kill.
It was stuck in the trees down there.
So, you know, still having success here in this tri-lane bot, but, you know, Legion getting a little bit back, but you look at the game stats, that 3,000 gold deficit, a lead has certainly surmounted in favor of Team Tim, and it's up to them to maintain it.
Yeah, at this point they're winning all lanes, but can they keep it going, right? It's the question. This roaming Magnus is so key right now. Keeping
Magnus
all the lanes,
very good job as Orthro connects onto Valkyrie, but Malikan kind of in no man's land. We've got a Curse that's pretty far away from Malikan, but he will be in range very soon to dump on a Cauterize and a Fire Shield. Malikan able to walk away from this one as all stuns are down, but Lodestone with the port in the bottom lane, and the Valkyrie's Prism is activated. They are very aggressive. Here comes the port, no doubt from Tundra, who is going to put the He's going to quickly fall to Shatterstorm, but more falls in response. It's still 3v3 in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Salforus catches Kraken in the jungle. A Lava Surge onto Malikan. Malikan very, very low, but he's still able to walk away. Activates the green sword, will fall to the Valkyrie auto attack, but the Comet stun connects onto Valkyrie. Agnes in range of the tower. Valkyrie taking trading tower aggro. Andromeda falls. Accursed falls as well. It's a full genocide in favor of Team Tim with a commanding lead in the game at this point. What is going wrong for Busno GG here?
I like that Team Tim is playing, call it confident. Like, there's no fear and they're ready. Like, they knew the Tundra was coming in, and then Saint's just ready with the Shatterstorm and just pops him before he gets to even pop a spell. I bet you Tundra was throwing his hands in there, like, like, what do I do? Like, you know, I just died.
Yeah, I commits the fort and just instantly gets exploded by the Shatterstorm, but yeah, it's looking very bad. And this could be, you know, propagation from what you said prior to that fight about them on the team side of Team Tim just winning all 3 lanes pretty confidently, and nothing illustrates that better than the fact that Salforus here as the mid laner is level 10 versus the level 8 of Kraken. So Salforus just having one heck of a game here, pushing his way to level 11 for that second level, that level 2 ulti of his, and that's going to be very, very scary for them to be able to deal with, as it's going to counter one of Malikan's strengths. You know, the ability for this hero to just lifesteal at an insane rate on low HP, and you know that's a hard counter to their main farmer. So I'm really, really worried for Busno GG in this game.
And like, while they were having a fight bottom, as they were Team Tim was fighting 4v5 basically. So Forest was just middle farming, which is yeah, it shows so much of the lead you talked about.
Yeah, I mean, and he just soloed Kraken on his way down to that team fight in the bottom lane as well. So he's just has a commanding presence in this game. I mean, look at his GPM mark, 522. This hero just able to farm like a monster. Has a completed Helm of the Black Legion with holds a staff, which is pretty interesting. But
yeah, and it also builds up the ulti, right? So when someone dies from it, it increases the damage per second by 5 up to a max of 50 bonus damage. And it goes for how many seconds?
Well, the interesting thing about the staff, Salforus, is that whenever he is within, I think it's 600 radius, no, 900 range of whoever is affected by the ulti, it actually stops the expiration of or pauses the expiration of the state. Yeah. So it could potentially be infinite until the hero dies from it. So pretty interesting, mechanic adjustment from the Staff of the Master. But
I was just thinking something that snowballs, right? So anything just that keeps you on top. It's a lot of stats and stuff as well. I don't know if it's worth the 4,200, but it's just the only thing I can think of at the moment. Malikan has his casual hungry spirit. It's a Malikan, that's what he buys.
Yeah, Malikan, it's very common item builds. There's pretty much only one decision that you make on this hero. Well, maybe 2. Do you go the Thunderclaw if you have a good start, which he does not have a good start, so he's probably not going that route. And do you go for Elder Parasite or Whispering Helm? To me, those are pretty much the only major decisions that this hero makes with its item build. Other than that, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
So we'll see if he decides to go for Whispering Helm or Elder Parasite. My thinking is that he might go Elder. He might just have to go a damage route in order for them to, get something back. I mean, Whispering Helm is the superior farming item, I would say, with the creep stacking ability and just getting an assist from the creep that you take over, but not going to have the space, certainly, to be able to utilize that to its potential. So I expect to see an Elder, but I'm definitely wrong all the time, so we'll see.
Not all the time.
Right.
That's me.
Well, I just meant many times. But we almost have a portal key on Lodestone.
Yeah, he's had a good start. He was bullying this poor Tundra. Tundra doesn't even dare to walk up. Look at this. It's just sitting behind his tower. Like, guys, where do I go? Mid. They want to go for this Kraken, it seems like. They're going to dive this tower. 3, 2, 1, go.
Certainly. Yeah, puts down the ulti with the Morso Tizuma, and Kraken has to walk away. Probably going to be able to live through this level 2 Undying. Not quite enough damage coming out from it, but gets him really close, down to 140 HP. But it's Tundra who's in trouble now, just caught out by 4 heroes. Surprise gank from Valkyrie and Moira, who also show up to the party. And they're going to clean up this mid-tier 1 tower, which is a big tower. First tower to fall in the game,
Wow.
but it's actually a combo of 2 that are basically falling together as a lodestone just quickly takes the top tier 1 shortly after. So a 2 tower advantage, 15 to 5 hero kill advantage. Lord Salforus cleaning up 2 double stacks here in the Legion jungle. It's all Team Tim right now in game 1 of this series.
And it feels like they didn't really pick much to, because the Valkyrie was the first pick, right? And
we're catching Andromeda here, burning the Arcane Vortex to freeze him in place. Accursed with the TP, but just too late. Lodestone is here with the portal key and the Veiled Rot, so no doubt looking to make a dive here on the bottom tower if they are aware of Accursed and Malikan's presence.
Or mid?
Yeah, he is swinging mid, has his eyes on Kraken.
Doesn't want Kraken to get that PK. He's far away from it though, but still.
Yep, he's setting up with Valkyrie. Is the Shatterstorm about to be activated? Could be. But here in the bottom lane, Salforus is cutting the creeps. Tundra, Andromeda, Malikan, and Accursed are all here, but Salforus is level 13 versus this under-leveled quartet of heroes.
They just walked in and they just nope. Oh.
A double more Sortisma catches Accursed and Andromeda, who fall very quickly. Accursed the first to fall, Andromeda walking away, but the Shatterstorm actually is active and is going to connect onto Kraken after the head smash finishes off Andromeda, and it is now Moira caught in the whirlpool. Kraken is going to get caught by the Magma's Lava Surge. Salforus hunting down Tundra. They are letting Malikan walk away for the moment, but actually he is in pursuit. Being pursued, rather, by Magnus and Lodestone, and so it is more or less an unofficial full team genocide, a 5-for-0 exchange.
Again?
And this lead just seems insurmountable at this point. 14 minutes into the game, nearly a 16,000 gold lead. This is... You never want to put the nail...
Sorry, I've never seen this gold bar being so red or green.
Yes. Yeah, it's certainly a major advantage, and I don't know if Busk No GG is going to be able to swing back from this in game 1 by any means. Andromeda tries to make an attempt on Moira's life, but Moira able to walk away with the assistance of Salforus. Gets taken out, and here comes the concede vote. A quick 15-minute concede vote. GGs are called, and you can't really blame him. Yeah, you can't really blame him.